perfect illustration, that rally, of how important it is to be hitting down. The Danes were hitting down all the time until they were forced to clear, and Lee Yong-dae took full advantage.
Good defence from Rasmussen, keeping it very flat over the net. Quite a lot of pace on the shuttle too, and that does make it very difficult then for opposition to intercept. It's looking sharp on the net. Once again, the communication between the two Danes absolutely excellent. Rasmussen calling to Porsche to leave the shuttle. Hartakon approving.
The speed of men's doubles is breathtaking.
Yes, and that's precisely the sort of rally that the Danes have got to be aware of being drawn into, where there's flat, fast exchanges. They've done so well so far when they've mixed up the pace, they've played the delicate little blocks, when they've had the opportunity to attack, it hasn't been all-out power.
Substantial lead now for Porsche and Rasmussen.
Clever, all about placement. But the rallies have been set up right from the onset by the Danish pair, because up until now their serving, their low serving, has been absolutely superb. There's no way that the Koreans can attack it. Yeah, and again. Essential in doubles. Good low serve. Most important shot, in fact. from a Danish perspective, they do look a little bit uncomfortable when they're defending. I'm sure their tactics will be going to try and get on the attack themselves. And just to explain that a little bit further, the Koreans are so solid in their defensive play that it's really not a worry. They can keep the rally going, whereas I think that when the Koreans are attacking, they penetrate the defensive play of the Danes a little too easily.
But the Danes have always had their noses in front in this opening game. And deservedly now have 7 game points.
Good return of serve from Jung Jae-sung. Oh, that's brilliant play from Jung Jae-sung. That net shot, absolute quality.
Well, great confusion reigning there. All 4 athletes weren't quite sure what had happened.
Well, I can tell you that the low serve was very close to the centre line, but the line judge was called unsighted, and therefore the umpire made the decision, and I think he made the correct decision looking at that replay, that it just was wide of the centre mark.
And so Påske and Rasmussen have the opening game, 21 points to 16, and thoroughly deserve it. Just a reminder, while we have this mid-game interval, of course, that tonight Gail Ems and Nathan Robertson, the silver medalists in Athens, begin their campaign. What a tough match they face. They're playing, of course, Gao Ling, who was part of the Chinese pair that won the gold, beating Robertson and Ems in the final in Athens, and her new partner Zheng Bo, who are seeded number 2. And it will need a magnificent effort from Robertson and Ems for them to go through and to maintain British interest in this badminton tournament. We've been spoilt in a way by the overachievement of the British squads in both Sydney and in Athens. We keep our fingers firmly crossed that Ems and Robertson, who thrilled us 4 years ago, can do the same this evening. That match will begin at 6:40 our time in the evening. That's 11:40 in the morning your time.
Well, all through the opening game, that's the sort of thing that Rasmussen did. Moved forward, trying to intercept the half chances. That time not making it. but obviously determined to try and keep with the same tactics. Oh, that's a great shot from Porska. Goodness me.
Not least because his partner had tried to pray the shuttle and missed it. How would you expect the Koreans to try and change the momentum of the match?
I think the Koreans have got to try and take away the initiative from the front of the court, because at the moment the Danes, especially Rasmussen, is absolutely superb. He's taking the half chances. And you see, even on the defensive play of the Koreans there, it almost appeared to me as if it was, you know, I'm just trying to get the shuttle back, instead of I'm trying to do something really purposeful with the shuttle. And this is going to sound like an awful criticism, and I don't mean it to, but the Korean style, and in a way the Chinese style in a lot of men's doubles, is to play as fast as they possibly can, rather than thinking clearly about where they're placing the shuttle. And they win an awful lot of matches just on their speed of shot and speed of movement. But if you take that away, as Rasmussen did exactly there, by just appearing out of nowhere at the front of the court, then the Koreans seem a little unsure how to play. If they're not feeding off your power and your pace, then they're a little